We got something pretty special in this box, something I've been waiting for a long time. Find out what it is this week on the Nature Centre YouTube channel. Hey everybody, welcome to the official channel for Calgary Reptile Parties in the YYC Nature Education Centre, and I'm super excited for this video. I'll explain why after we open this up because I don't want to wait any longer, but this is a moment I've been waiting for a long time. I got a shipment in from Ottawa today. It's been very carefully packed. So let's put that back together. Hey, buddy. This is Javier. We're gonna clear all this stuff out and then I'm gonna talk about him. So Ken, who is filming this for me, just went, wow, I've never seen one of those up close. This is a Cuban Rock Iguana. Cuban Rock Iguanas, for people that are watching this in the US, probably something that you've seen at reptile expos. I think they're actually fairly inexpensive at expos too. These guys aren't in Canada. A lot of the Ciclera species, so your rhino iguanas, your rock iguanas, your blue iguanas, for whatever reason, they're legal to have, but they're not legal to import. So this guy has a long history. He's probably in his 20s at this point. These guys can live over 60 years under human care. And I first met Javier back in 2010. I did an event in Red Deer at Western Days, which we're going to be back for this summer. And Little Ray's Nature Centre was there with a Living Dragons exhibit, which is also what we're going to be doing this summer for our fair shows. A little bit different than what they did, but the concept is awesome. And he showed me this beautiful lizard with these dark red eyes and these little gloved feet. And I instantly fell in love. And then about a year later, another friend of mine in the industry, Safari Jeff, told me that he bought a rock iguana from Little Ray's. I was like, oh, really? Because the moment the moment I saw him for the first time, rock iguanas became a dream lizard for me. I did actually have a cousin, the blue rock iguana, for I think about 4 years, also from Little Ray's. So Little Ray's is a rescue, and they get a lot of animals that have been confiscated, being illegally smuggled into the country, but they can't send them back to the US or wherever. So he'd ended up with the blue rock iguanas as well as a Cuban rock iguana. And again, these are animals you can legally have, but the average person isn't going to really be able to import them into the country. Her name was Evita, and unfortunately she passed away in, I think, 2017. and we did a necropsy on her, and she actually had cancer. So she was full of tumors, and that was devastating because the rock iguanas, again, such beautiful lizards, and she was a sweetheart. So Safari Jeff has retired, and much earned after almost 25 years of traveling the country and even going down to the States to do touring shows and focusing on life and his family in Ottawa. And so he approached me and said, would you be interested in Javier? And I can't curse, so let's just say my response was freaking yes. I have babysat him. Jeff used to live in BC, and there were times where he would have breaks between touring shows, so he would fly home and I would babysit his animals. And iguanas are very intelligent animals. So Javier knows who I am. Javier, oftentimes when I would visit Jeff, would be sitting on his perch, and I would sit behind him and he would immediately climb up onto me, onto my shoulder. I'm gonna try to not get emotional, but you know, in Canada, a lot of my dream animals, I do have a lot of my dream animals, and I'm lucky in terms of like, you know, some of the rare lizards like the Fiji banded iguana, or you know, some of the, you know, I have diamond terror, like animals that I've really loved. A lot of the snakes, you know, I dreamed of having a boa constrictor as a kid. But in terms of like some of that really cool stuff, like your crocodilians, your really big monitors, the cichlura, you can't have. They're illegal in a lot of our country. And that's not a bad thing, because the average person shouldn't have a reticulated python or an American alligator. But, you know, something like this is just amazing. So I believe they're CITES 1, which is why you can't import them, but I have to double check. They are actually threatened species in Cuba. They are threatened by habitat loss. Of course, they're constantly developing that island. They're threatened by invasive green iguanas, which unfortunately take up a lot of their food and their space. Oh, you're shedding too. They are hunted, not as much as green iguanas, so not as much as in other places, but they are a food source for some people. So all of those combined are the reasons why they are threatened. So that contributes to their availability. Any of the ones you're going to see in the States, I'm pretty sure are going to be captive bred. Again, very easily bred. It's easy to get in the US. And a lot of times I'm jealous of people in the States because they get to have some of this stuff that we can't have. So very emotional moment, really amazing moment right now. Because Javier, I never thought there was a possibility. I said to Jeff, if you ever decide to rehome him, I'm your first call. And I was his first call. And he's gonna settle in for a bit, and then he's gonna start doing shows around here. And I can't wait for people to get to see this amazing, amazing lizard. So folks, if you are in the Calgary area or you're going to be visiting Calgary, come check us out. We have our YYC Nature Centre, YYC Nature Education Centre. So YYCNatureCentre.com has all the info. You can book private experiences to meet animals like Javier and many of our other animals. We also do outreach with Calgary reptile parties. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to check out our videos. We have 3 years worth of content, so make sure you check out some of our past videos. We have other iguana videos, we have videos with sloths, videos with elephants from Africa, all sorts of cool stuff that we've shared and experienced and we're going to continue to do. So hit the subscribe button, make sure you share this, and thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.